In a letter to an Orthodox student of theology, St. Justine presented his response to the theory of evolution. This is the letter in full. My dearest child in God, you would like me to answer the question posed by the theological section. Can the scientific understanding of the evolution of the world and man ever be reconciled with traditional Orthodox perception and knowledge? What is the judgment of the Holy Fathers in this regard? Is there a need at all for reconciliation? In short, the New Testament anthropology stands and falls with the Old Testament anthropology. The entire gospel of the Old Testament, man, the icon of God. The entire gospel of the New Testament, the God-man, the icon of man. Heavenly, divine, immortal, everlasting, and unchangeably human is the icon of God in man, godlikeness. This godlikeness of the human being has been scarred by man's voluntary sin, his pact with the devil through sin, and death as the consequence of sin. For this reason, God became man to renew his image which had been corrupted through sin. God became man and remained in the human world as God-man, as the Church, in order to give man, the image of God, all the necessary means, the holy mysteries and holy virtues in the divine human body of the Church, by which godlike man would be elevated unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ. Ephesians 4:13. This is the divine human evolution of man. This is the divine human anthropology. The aim of man's godlike being, to gradually become perfect like God the Father, to become God by grace, God-man by grace, to become divine human, to become Christ-like, to become triune. According to the Holy Fathers, God became man so that man might become God. On the other hand, the so-called scientific anthropologies do not recognize at all the godlikeness of the human being. Hence they deny a priori the divine human evolution of man's being. If man is not the icon of God, then the God-man and his gospel are unnatural for such a man, and also mechanical and unachievable. The God-man Christ is a robot and creates robots. The God-man is an oppressor because he forcibly wants to transform man into a being perfect like God. Actually, this is an unviable utopia, an illusion, and an unreachable ideal. In the final instance, it is a fairy tale and a fable. Furthermore, if man is not a godlike being, then the God-man is superfluous. For scientific theories of evolution acknowledge neither sin nor the Savior from sin. In this earthly world of evolution, everything is natural. There is no place for sin. That is why it is ridiculous to speak of the Savior and of salvation from sin. In the final analysis, everything is natural: sin, evil, and death. For if everything comes and is given to man through evolution, then what is it that has to be saved in man, inasmuch as there is nothing immortal and intransitory in him, but all is from the earth, earthly, earthen, and as such is transitory, corruptible, and mortal. In such a world of evolution there is no place for the Church, which is the body of the God-man Christ. That theology which bases its anthropology on the theory of scientific evolution is nothing but a contradiction in terms. In reality, it is a theology without God and an anthropology without man. If man is not immortal, everlasting, and a divine human icon of God, then all theologies and all anthropologies are senseless farces and tragic comedies. Your father, Justine.